Hey, it's Amber Valentine with Hot Mess to Hotness and Worth It Nutrition, where I help women transform the 6 inches between their ears to go from a hot mess to hotness. And I come on here and give you food for thought to help you think about your food. And that's exactly what we're going to do today. I have a phrase for you. Hot girl summer. Don't you want to have a hot girl summer? I don't know about you, but the first thing that I used to think when I was 100 pounds overweight and somebody would say to me, hot girl summer, I'd be like, "Ugh, yeah, I mean, that sounds great, but I'm a single mom with 3 kids. And I feel like those days have passed for me. Now, on the outside, I wanted every bit of a hot girl summer, right? I wanted to put that bikini on. I wanted to lay on the beach. I wanted to eat that big bowl of fruit and sip on margaritas and be skinny like I saw all over the TV. But there was a voice deep down inside of me that told me that like those days have passed for me. There was no way I could be a small size again, that I was going to have to wear a t-shirt at the beach for the rest of my life, which I don't care what size you are, put that bikini on, okay? But we'll leave that for another video, another day. But what is the voice inside of you saying if I say hot girl summer? Is there something in you that goes, yes, I got this, I know what to do? Or is there something in you that just goes, ugh, defeat, I can't, there's no way, I don't want to do that. Oh my God, I'm going to stay inside. Is it bathing suit season again? Oh, I don't want to do that. Here's the funny thing. Until we stop that voice and rearrange it and change it, nothing's going to get better. No matter how much you eat or exercise or what you do, that voice, we have to change. And again, we'll do that in other videos. This video, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about food. Now, because I promised food for thought to help you think about your food. I don't need to tell you that to have let's not say hot girl summer, let's say hotness summer, right? Because when I talk to you about going from a hot mess to a hotness, I'm always saying that like that hotness is inside of you right now. So I want you to channel that and have a hotness summer, because no matter what size you are, we are going to be hot this summer. Okay. We're going to be hot because we've made some changes on the inside. We're deciding to be that best version of ourselves. Right. But I have a hunch that you also want to slim down. So let me talk to you a little bit about food. I don't need to tell you not to eat Cheetos or cookies or cake or pizza or pasta or a giant sub roll on your sandwich. You already know these things. The thing that I need to help you with is not to eat Cheetos, but like, why, even though you know you're not supposed to, you find yourself in the middle of the night rocking back and forth in your closet, eating an entire bag of them and drinking a whole bottle of wine. Did I just freak somebody out? Was that you? Did I catch you? It's okay. Me too. I've been there, girl. Me too. But one thing that I think most people don't realize that I want to talk about today is the effects of sugar and why this is such a hard thing for you to do on your own. So sugar is one of the biggest causes, the biggest culprits for gaining extra weight. Like we all know this, right? Like we know that we're not supposed to eat cookies, but like, do you know why? Do you, do you know what the problem is? Like, do you know why you can't just have a little? Like, I don't know if you're like me, but if I had like one little piece of my kid's Halloween candy, I would wake up like hours later with wrappers all over me. Like, I just can't stop, right? And we're like, why is this even bad for us? It's essentially low calorie if we look at like the calories in, calories out thing, right? Like, it's empty, but so what? If I can have so many calories a day and I eat it all in sugar, what's the problem? Well, I'll tell you what the problem is. There's a couple of things here that I want to point out. But one of the big ones is you are basically a sexy Italian sports car. Okay. I like to think of myself as sexy Italian sports car with a filtration system and complicated emotions. Okay. And that filtration system that you have inside your body, just like inside your car, if you put sugar in your gas tank, how well is that going to work? It's not. And you might be saying to me, well, cars don't run off sugar, but we do. hold the phone. We can run off certain amounts of sugar, but when we overdo it, our body gets all clogged up, we get inflammation, and things don't work the way that they're supposed to, okay? So let me take you on a little trip. I want you to think back for me 100 years ago, right? Before we had processed foods, when our diet was more like about what was readily available to us. If we were to go out into the wild and eat foods that are real, that our bodies are made to process, our sexy Italian sports car, the gas for our sexy Italian sports car, we would get about 2 to 4 pounds of sugar a year naturally. Now, fast forward to today, the typical American diet in 1 year, 147 pounds of sugar. We're not made for that. Our bodies are not made to do this. And even if you're thinking to yourself, I don't eat that much sugar, girl, track it for a day. Just look at everything that's in everything you're eating and add up the amount of sugar that you have in a day. A, low-fat vanilla yogurt, which most people would tell you is healthy food for breakfast, has as much sugar as a 6-pack of Oreos. What? 3 little cutie fruits has as much sugar as a small can of Coke. But cuties are supposed to be healthy for me. They are, if you eat one of them. And you don't have 3 tablespoons of ketchup, which has as much sugar as Oreo cookies. Like, it is everywhere. It is in everything. We consume way too much of it. The other problem is that sugar is really yummy and we get addicted to it. Let me explain how this happens. So you get a hit of dopamine when you eat things that have sugar in them, whether it's natural sugar or processed foods, whatever. Your body sends a big like, woo, that was good, right? I like that. Well, when we're little in America and we go to the doctor and the doctor gives us a shot and we start crying, what do? They hand you a lollipop, right? And then your little baby brain goes, oh, if I'm stressed out and something hurts and I eat a lollipop, I feel better. You get the dopamine from the lollipop, then all of a sudden you're not sad anymore. And your brain makes a little connection in here, right? And says, oh, if I don't want to be sad anymore, all I need to do is eat sugar and I'll feel better. Then you fall down and skin your knee on your bicycle. You start crying. The neighbor runs out. I don't know about anymore, but when I was a kid in the 90s, don't do the math. I don't want you to know how old I am. But anyway, I would fall down and skin my knee on the sidewalk and somebody would hand me a popsicle. Now I feel better because I got the dopamine from the popsicle and I'm distracted and everything's better, right? Now my brain has made another connection that if I don't feel good, if I'm stressed out, if I'm sad, I'll feel better with sugar. Then I have a dance recital in ballet. That's right, I was a ballerina, little known fact. And afterwards, you take me out to celebrate with food and cake. And then it's my birthday and I get cake and ice cream. And then I get A's on my report card. That never happened for me, but I get A's on the report card and somebody gives you a treat, right? This all develops these little habits of like, I'll feel better. It's easy to distract myself. If I'm sad, I have a breakup in college and I eat a whole tub of ice cream to feel better. Every breakup movie you've ever seen, right? This all develops pathways in our brain to tell us that the best way to cope with stress in our life is to eat, especially sugary or treat foods that give us dopamine. So that makes it even more difficult to stop eating Cheetos in your closet at midnight when you're sad or stressed out about something, right? And then the more stressed and sad that you get about the fact that you even did that, then the more food that you need and the more the voice in your head tells you, there is no hot girl summer for you, right? Like this is not happening for you. You're broken. Things are awful. Just eat more sweets. Everything will be better. Or I'm a grown-ass woman. I deserve this brownie. Right? Eat the cake, whatever. It's time to let go of those thoughts and those feelings and to recognize them and to put something in place so that when you're not using food to overcome these emotional moments, that you're doing something else. So I like to go on a walk or a run when I feel like that, because I need the uptake in hormone to offset the fact that I'm not going to get dopamine, right? Because when you're seeking out dopamine through food or likes on Facebook or talking to someone that you shouldn't, I don't know, like doing things that you know you shouldn't do to get attention or to get that thing satisfied, it's not good. So you have to stop. You have to be able to stop for a minute, which meditation will help with this. And that'll be in another video. We'll talk about that. But being able to stop for a second and go, wait, is this serving my purpose? Is that cookie really going to help me? I need to overcome that addiction. If I eat that cookie, I'm going to feel better for a second, but I'm going to feel a lot worse later. And I promised myself a hotness summer. And eating that cookie does not serve my hotness. I want to get over that bond in my brain that tells me that I need sugar to feel better, because I am a sexy Italian sports car and I do not want to put sugar in my gas tank. Repeat after me. I am a sexy Italian sports car and I do not want to put sugar in my gas tank. Oh my God, that might be the weirdest thing I've ever made you repeat. But seriously, think about that every time you go to put something in your mouth, because we have to recognize the emotional habits and divert ourselves from them. Just like if you were quitting smoking, like think about it that way. Like you can't just have one cigarette, or if you're an alcoholic, you can't just have one beer. Well, if you're addicted to sugar like everyone else in the world, you can't just have a little bit. You got to let it go for a while. Let your body clean out and get your filters all cleaned out again so that you can run like you're supposed to. Just like if you had put sugar in your gas tank, you would have to go to the mechanic. They'd have to flush everything out. And then you would want to put clean gas in there to make things better. So that's what I want to help you do. I do have a tool for you that is free. It's a 7-day sugar detox. It comes with a full outline of why you might want to let go of sugar in your diet, a lot of what we talked about on the video today, but then also some like menus and tips and tricks and how to overcome the side effects of not shoveling sugar in your mouth to feel better, and how you can kind of overcome that. So you can do it on your own. The 7-day sugar detox will help you. So get that. And then go to my website. There's a link on there too. And then if you want more guidance, just reach out to me and I'll help you. I have a whole bunch of women who have followed me down the anti-sugar path that can give you support in this. But remember, you are a sexy Italian sports car. You got to let go of the sugar, jump into your hotness, and have a hotness summer. The time is going to pass anyway. Let's do something great with it. In case you forgot, I love you. Mwah!